to go from like sort of plucky little cowboy chords to double time rock and roll power chords, that wouldn't have been where I would have gone with it. You know what I mean?
Crawling Over Glass, that's one of my favorites. It felt like a little bit boring at one point. You know, our friend Taco had heard it and he said, this song lacks identity. It feels just like a rock and roll, you know, ballad like composition. It doesn't feel like anything over the top or special. We were quite literally going for that. We wrote that song to be kind of like a Foo Fighters-esque ballad, or even, I think I even, you know, referenced like a Mayday Parade's like first record or something. He's like, try doing the verses like kind of country, like try doing like acoustic. And I think the song was already in first mix, and I called Drew and I was like, can we just real quick go to the studio today and just do the verses acoustic? And you were like, yeah, I guess so. And we knocked that shit out in like 20 minutes. And it completely transformed the song, because I guess for being just a singer-songwriter style, you know, very bare bones song, we didn't put a lot of production on it like the other songs. We kind of made it Audacity, like you had some ideas for the outro and you guys just kind of sat and figured out a jam, but changing it to just a little bit of country brought out that in my voice, since I was singing in a lower register, and it did something for our friends, you know. Livia at Black Box, that's her favorite song. She said it got more emotional when we put it acoustically. Taco was really happy. So yeah, I mean, that song didn't have a ton of a story, just being kind of at a dead end and feeling like you don't really know what you're doing or who you are, and that's okay. I mean,
I remember when you decided that we should just double time the last chorus and like take it there. And I remember thinking, is this gonna work? Because the thing had just lived as a ballad in the inbox for forever, you know? But we were there with the drums mic'd up, and of course, we would want to always pour a little gasoline on any song. Like if we could make it a little more rock and roll, that's gonna be what we're gonna do. But the instinct to go from like sort of plucky little cowboy chords to double time rock and roll power chords, that wouldn't have been where I would have gone with it, you know what I mean? And it's good that we did, because now it still rocks on stage, even though it has these moments that it's maybe one of the more vulnerable moments on stage, and it's good to have that color, but we get to take it home and crush it at the end on the big gold dust moment.
So now crawling